Okay. Well, hello, this is Dr. Maria Malayter, and this is the info session for the study abroad program going this summer to Peru. And so what we're going to do this morning is walk through some information about the program and information about travel and where we're going to visit and what the program is going to look like. And so we're also going to open it up for questions too, and the process. So I have myself, Dr. Maria Malayter, and I have Dr. Parker Williams that is also on the call, and Cindie from International Studies is also here too. So let me move this forward. Of course, let me advance the slides. There we go. So myself and Dr. Parker Williams will be the faculty leads for this program. So, and I currently teach at the Chicago campus in the business psychology department. And then I live around the Chicago area in the suburbs, and I led the program last year to Peru last summer. So I'll turn it over to Dr. Parker Williams for a couple of words.
Hi, and I have definitely seen Megan's name on a number of correspondence. I've not met, I don't think, the other participants on this call, but I'm also in the business psychology program, and I led the study abroad trip when we went to China a couple of years ago. We went there a couple of times, so this is just very exciting, a wonderful opportunity, and I hope all of you can go.
Yes, and I'll say hello to Bradley. I see on the screen too. Welcome and welcome to this introduction session. So we're happy to answer questions along the way. So this is what the class timeline looks like. Initially in phase one, it's an online class that will start in May and it'll last through the end of June, and that'll be conducted completely online during that session. Then our phase two is the immersion part where we travel to Lima and Cusco, Peru. And during that time, we are going to travel July 31st through August 9th, 2018. And then phase three, we will then complete a reflection paper, which will be due on August 19th. Now we're leaving a little bit later, and that's because of some of the different kind of holidays that are occurring. Their Independence Day is toward the end to late July, and they also have breaks during that time from school. So some of the organizations, we do go to a college and actually a career school, and they are actually on break. So we want to go during a time where we can interact with everyone. So that's a little bit about the class timeline. And so with the cost, there still is a tuition fee for the 3 credits. The study abroad program fee is $2,685.31, and this includes the hotel, group meals, ground transportation, local air and train in the Machu Picchu area and in Lima, Peru. And then you can estimate around airfare between $1,600 and $1,800, but I know that last summer students did find airfare for much less. So during the course, these will be some of the topics that we will be covering. And it's taking a look at the opportunity to compare the cultural, organizational, and work-life differences between the United States and Peru. We're, of course, looking at different cultural frameworks, cultural differences, demographics, legislative, political, and some of the society considerations. We want to understand what it's like to work in Peru, and also there is kind of a slant of what it's like to lead in Peru and what does leadership look like in Peru. And then again, we take a focus on our 10-day trip within Peru with reflection paper along the way and also debriefing sessions. We can kind of understand what did we see as we were traveling, what did we learn from the different organizations we're going to visit, and learning and discussing some of the cultural aspects from the historical tours we'll go on. So this is an overview of the course outline. Of course, when studying within this type of program, you want to take a look at your own self-awareness. And in collaboration with international studies, we have some different kind of assessments we take at the beginning to take a look at our own kind of global self-awareness. In week 2, we'll look at frameworks. Week 3, we'll look at global demographic, legislative, and industry trends. In week 4, we'll take a look at culture and global leadership. When we move forward, then the second half of the class is more of a focus on Peru. So we'll have an introduction to the culture of Peru and talk about some of the business ideas that are kind of occurring. You know, maybe an American company comes to Peru, and what does it look like to do business in Peru? In week 6, we'll focus more around the political and social landscape. And in week 7, it'll be a major focus on the immersion part of the program. So all the kind of travel tips and ideas and things we want to know before we meet up in Peru. So here's an overview of the assignments. So before the trip, you'll have readings, discussion forums, and papers, and then kind of making some mental plans for when you're going on the visit, what you'll be looking for, and some of the interviews you may want to create to ask the businesses and organizations while we're in Peru. During the trip, we will dialogue with different organizations, see many presentations, and also visit with professional associations. And they have a lot of great information to share with us so we can fully understand Peru. We'll have time for reflection and then also cultural tours to really observe and enjoy. And Peru, Lima specifically, is known for gastronomy, and there is a lot of excellent food to enjoy in Peru. Following the trip, you'll kind of think about everything along the way while you're in Peru. You'll be taking notes and observations and writing down ideas. And after the trip, you'll kind of say, here's what I learned, here's my reflection and some of the ideas and how I may lead differently, how I may work differently. You know, what's the impact from going on this study abroad program? So here's where our destination is in Peru. So initially with the red arrow, we're going to come into Lima and fly into Lima, and then we will travel over to Cusco for a couple of days, and then we will return back to Lima to conduct the remainder of our studies. So it's a total of 10 days. So we'll be doing a little bit of traveling in that. These are some of the planned site visits that we have. Similar to when we went to China, we're also in Peru visiting with the American Chamber of Commerce, and that helps us understand if we were to bring a business to Peru, what that would look like, and understand all the different kind of industries and important aspects of business and organizations working within the country of Peru. For cultural visits, we have Cusco, Sacred Valley, historical tours within Lima, textile industry tours, so we kind of get a full flavor of the country of Peru. We are very happy that we have an IO alum that works for Korn Ferry in Peru. And so we will visit with him, and he will put together a program, and we will kind of collaborate with him about the work that he does in Korn Ferry. And it was really a great experience for the students to see someone who had graduated several years ago, to meet with him and see what he's done with his degree since he completed it at the Chicago School. And he tailors some really great activities for us and took us through some kind of training simulations. And it was really a really great learning event for everyone. Additional site visits, we will visit with the international nonprofit Compassion International, and they help build leaders and help release children from poverty. And so we learn about their operations, and we also get to meet some of the graduates of their program. We'll get a good understanding about politics and what it's like to live in Peru. And then there'll be time for us to definitely understand the retail and restaurant and tourism industries while we're there. And I already said this before, the food is excellent in Peru. There's just so many delicious things to eat there. Moving on to some other sites that and activities we will participate in is I thought it was really important last year to meet with an organization that was born and built in Peru. And so we're going to meet with the IHE Group, which is an international beverage company. And so they have had us meet with their organizational development department. And they gave us an overview of how they started from a family business and then expanded out to 23 different companies. So it was a really interesting presentation to learn about how they operate and how they put their business model together. Again, doing some more cultural tours and historical sites. The changing of the guard in downtown Lima is one of the activities that we'll definitely see. Finally, on this slide, we went to visit the Pachacutec Foundation, which is a career school. And so it is a way to definitely pull, again, there is a lot of people that wanted to go into different industries and trades, so this is a career and trade school. And of course, they do have a big emphasis on culinary arts. And so there is a very famous chef that has invested quite a bit in this foundation and has definitely helped advance a lot of young people's careers. So we'll get a tour and a good conversation with some of the faculty and the students in this program. So what are the next steps? So if you are interested in this program, applications do open up in February. And with that, you apply through International Studies, and our process is definitely a review through the International Studies Department, and then an interview with faculty, and then registration. And we encourage people to apply early because there were a lot of people that were interested in this program last year, and we did have a wait list. So a lot of people really applied early, and then we had quite a bit of a length of a wait list. The class does start on May 7th, and then the next part would be a pre-departure orientation, which will be held in May, which will go over more of the logistics and needs such as passports and different considerations for traveling in Peru. And this is my final slide, and this is actually a picture of us and the students at the Pachacutec Foundation, the career school that we visited. So it was really a great experience and a lot of great discussions and just really learning about, the goals of where they want the youth of Peru to head and all the different kind of efforts to move them into the right careers. So I would like to open up the floor for questions at this point.
Megan, Bradley, any questions for Dr. Malayter? There are a lot of organizations, so like a different type of organization Dr. Malayter put together for students. I'm pretty sure that you guys can benefit a lot from how to operate in Peru for different organizations. Yeah, Megan, I heard that you want to say something.
Sure. So Cindie, I know you do the first part of the application, so they apply through your department, correct?
Correct. Is that the question Megan asking?
Yes, the first question I have is, the first question is a little more about the application process. So I know that they apply through a link with you.
Yeah, I will go through that more in my part of the presentation. So can you hold on that for a second for a little longer?
Sorry about that. Okay.
No problem. Megan, I will answer your question once I start my my part. But any academic side of the questions for Dr. Malayter at this time?
Yeah, I see Bradley's question. How many people are allowed to go on the trip? Because we have 2 faculty members going with us, we are allowed to go up to 14.
Okay, so you want to set the capacity at 14?
Well, that I still want to check that out with Dr. Carroll, but initially we talked about 14. But I know that
Okay.
when we went to China, we went up to 16. Correct, Charmon?
Okay.
So
I I don't think you had that many, either
We
15.
have either 15 or 16, and
Okay.
I think it was 16.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Usually, Bradley, in general, we set capacity pretty low for international study abroad course, simply just because a very high level of supervision and interaction between the faculty and students are required, and it will happen that the faculties might be like 24/7 once they're on ground. So we don't, and also the program is really intensive. With like a big group, it will be very hard to handle. And actually, I just had a debrief with a student from another program, just kept coming back from spring. I mean from fall, sorry. They were like every day was so intense. With a larger group might be hard to handle. So 14 might be a good number for Dr. Malayter and Dr. Williams to deal with. So pretty much maybe we will set at 14.
okay.
And so if you are interested, yeah, once we open application, hopefully on February 1st, we're going to make an announcement. IT is working on the back end to update everything. So as soon as you receive the announcement in email, if you think this is your program, will fit your program very well, do it, apply it as soon as you can, and put yourself on the spot. And then at least you have a spot. And then when time's getting closer, we'll forward your application to Dr. Malayter and Dr. Williams so they can interview you. And you have until, yeah, I'm going to go through my presentation. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't know.
The email will be coming from International Studies, is it?
From Study Abroad.
Study Abroad, okay.
Yeah, from Study Abroad. So I try to, is there anything else? Yes, financial aid is available if you're eligible. I'm going to talk about that. Does that email does that entail any recommendation letters? No. What do you mean recommendation letters, Megan? You can talk. Okay, we'll get to you. Sounds good. Okay, all right. So what determines who is, okay, Bradley, I'm going to answer your question.
Yes, so let me ask this one question. Do you have any other, so it seems like a lot of the questions are about the application, which Cindie will cover a little bit further. So I just want to, are there other academic questions that you have, or any program kind of questions that you might have at all?
Okay, Dr. Malayter, can you make me the presenter? So you guys keep thinking. We will leave some time at the end as well. You always can come back to ask Dr. Malayter any academic questions as well. So
yes, so let me, I'm transferring this over to Cindie.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. I'm the presenter. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me show my screen. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I don't know why they always ask me to swap. All right, so this is the program to Peru, and I'm pretty sure you already know my name very well, and through the emails, and already tired of it, probably. So I don't need to introduce myself again. But anyway, I'm from National Programs and Services, just working closely with all faculty and students who have interest or leading, participating or study abroad programs. Besides that, I also provide support and advising to our international students as well. So regarding the question about how to apply for a program, I think my part might be a little bit drier than what Dr. Malayter presented. It's a lot of fun. I want to go as well. So the application process is totally electronic. So we follow the on-ground calendar, or if you are an online student, you might be more familiar with the online calendar. So I will call it online term 1 calendar in terms of administrative process. So whenever I say a date, it will refer to the online term 1 calendar, simply just because study abroad courses need a lot of time to prepare for the on-ground travel. Another timeline I want to give it to you is a decision deadline, which is always the last Friday before the term, before the semester starts. That's the date that we look at the enrollment, that we must have 8 minimum requirements to start the program. But I think Dr. Malayter sets at minimum enrollment as 10. Is that correct, Dr. Malayter? On your budget, is set at 10?
Yes, we have a requirement. We need 10 students.
Okay, yeah, to kind of balance the budget, to make sure that the cost is effective. Otherwise, it will be too expensive, because this is the first time this program is going to another location. And we discussed with Dr. Malayter that definitely a place that she would like you to take you there and to learn more about Peru. So the last Friday of before term starts for summer is May 4th, and that day we will take a look if we have 10 students or not. But if we have a less than 10, we will talk with Dr. Malayter how to adjust the budget to make sure that we can still go. And application is open, like I said, on February 1st, hopefully, and it will last until Friday before the last day of of summer. So it will be May 13th. So make sure that, as I said, this program has been very popular, especially this year. It's the first time we add another place, very interesting place, very popular place. So hopefully that if you feel like this is a very good fit for you, get your name on the roster as soon as possible, okay, once it's open. And last year we had a long waiting list for this program. And you filled out the application online. You can see the link on the program announcement already, or you can see when we send out the announcement for application. And either way, you will see them, okay? And apply as soon as possible through the online application. And once we receive your application, my office is going to review your record and faculty, and we will forward you your application to Dr. Malayter and Dr. Williams, and then they're going to interview you, schedule an interview on call or in person if you're on campus. If it works out, some program requires essay. This program requires interview, just to make sure that you're very, very well prepared and you know what this program is about. And when we review your general record, nothing secret, you know yourself better. So when you apply, you pretty much already know whether you're eligible or not. We require academic performance, minimum GPA is 3.0, and no hold record with TSPP, either in your academic record or financial record. If you have a hold, that's okay, don't worry. It doesn't mean that you're disqualified immediately. We will give you time to work with your advisor to get that hold released before the semester starts. If we start a running list, if we start to run a waiting list, we are going to let you know, okay, we start a waiting list, so I need you to take care of this hold as soon as possible, so we will work with you on the timeline, okay? But just before the semester starts, definitely the hold has to be released. And also, we will review about your student record in terms of the professional development, and also whether you have a set hearing pending. Again, if you have, definitely we will work with you, depends on the situation for the set hearing. We will work with your department chair on that as well, okay? And then once your final qualification is determined, Dr. Malayter interview, you say he passed, we will register you after the registration opens in March. We will register you as a group. You don't register yourself like any other courses. You always register yourself. For study abroad course, simply just because there are fees attached. There are a lot of things, factors that we need to make sure that attach to your registration correctly. So we will register you after we receive your confirmation. Regarding credit transfer, if this is not a course in your department, okay, offered from your department, and you need to fill out the course substitution form. is hosted at the registrar's website. It's like any other courses you take at TCSTP. If you take the course out of another department, you need to fill out that course to ask your department chair to verify whether you can take it and count it towards your degree progression. That kind of have an impact over your financial aid eligibility. I will talk about that a little bit later. And also, like we talked about, the capacity is set very low at 14 for this program, and so we always take the application first come first serve. So you apply, you have your name on the roster until we will remove you if you're not qualified. But most students will. Our students are very professional, very good. So just to make sure that you, again, if you see this is a good fit, get your name on the roster as soon as you can. Okay. Question about that? Okay, you can ask later. I will definitely open up. Program fee, like Dr. Malayter said, about this program fee is $2,685.31. What it covers local lodging, local transportation. I put a sum there because it's different from program to program, but this one Dr. Malayter has already mentioned. It covers your hotel for sure, covers local transportation, covers some group meals and some maybe some group meals or breakfast for some program, and some lunch for other programs. So definitely some meals will be covered, and also all the scheduled program events and activities that included in the program itinerary that Dr. Malayter shared. And also it will cover supplemental travel health insurance that we put students under one umbrella, and it will include emergency and evacuation, just in case anything happens. What is your responsibility? You will be responsible for tuition, for the 3 credit tuition, just like you pay for any other courses. And you will be responsible for the program fee, $2,600, $2,685. And you will be responsible for the airfare to fly yourself to Peru and come back. The flight or transportation between Lima and Cusco, another place, will be handled in a group, right, Dr. Malayter? Students don't need to buy ticket for that portion. It's included in the program fee, and our local supporter will handle that. Correct, Dr. Malayter?
Yes, yes. So when we travel to that other portion, all the transportation and several of the meals are included in that portion.
Included in the program fee, and our local supporter will carry that part, will take care of that part. So you only need to, thank you, Dr. Malayter, and you only responsible for the airfare to Peru, come back to Peru. I mean, come back to the United States, okay? And also you will be responsible for other miscellaneous like a passport if you don't have one, or if you need to renew your passport. US citizens don't need a visa to Peru, which is great. Unless you're an international student, you need to check out the embassy's website, Peru's embassy's website to see if you're a citizen, if you need a visa or not, or any immunization or vaccines. We don't have any destination in our study abroad program that require mandatory vaccine. However, each student has a different health condition, and please consult with your doctor. None of us are medical experts. We cannot provide any advice, but talk with your doctor to make sure that whether you need or not. That will be your responsibility. And the program fee is not paid in advance, okay? So when we register you for the course, after we receive your confirmation, we will bill the course, we will bill the fee with the course. So you will pay the fee when you pay the tuition, the same schedule, nothing in advance. So program fee is not refundable after the last day of ad drop. So for summer, it's May 13th again. Okay, so keep that in mind. So you have chance to drop off the course before May 13 without any penalty. So why not apply as soon as you can, get your name on the roster. Okay, any questions there? So for now, good. That the department chair have to approve the program for your degree requirement. Bradley, when you submit that course substitution to your department chair, yes, they have to decide whether they have to let you know whether this course can be counted towards your degree requirement as one of the electives, like most department will do. So, but each department still has their own policy. So make sure that you reach out to your department chair as soon as possible. Okay. If the course is not under your degree, Bradley, that's a very good question. Very sadly, I'm going to talk about that a little later, but just to let you know that if it doesn't count towards your degree requirement and you still want to take this course, you will be responsible for all the expenses. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you have to pay tuition out of your pocket, you have to pay the program fee out of your pocket, and every other expenses out of your pocket. And trust me, Bradley, we have some students, we have actually many students doing that. And they try to figure out to get loans from their credit card company, from their bank, or you'll work with your aid advisor to see what kind of option they have. I'm not an expert on that. I know some students are using graduate loan or something like that. Ask them. They might they might be able to provide some options for you. Okay. All right, I think Dr. Williams, you're monitoring this, and you two are okay. Coordinator is doing that too. Okay, so I will open up again for questions later. Okay. About the supplemental financial aid, like I said, if you are eligible to count this program towards your degree requirement as one of the required, like some department allow you to do towards the diversity course. Some department allow you to apply towards one of your electives. That's a major condition that about your eligibility to financial aid. So if you're eligible, your regular aid will cover your tuition just like any other courses here in TCSPP. The supplemental aid you're going to be eligible to will cover 100% of the program fee. It's more than $2,600. That's good. And also will cover airfare up to $1,800. And according to Dr. Malayter's presentation, pretty much it will cover for you on this trip. And they also cover up to $500 on any other miscellaneous that will help you to be on board, like a passport, vaccine that your doctor recommended. Some students for some kind of like a special medical need that they need to buy to carry with them, like a little small equipment, like they can put in their hotel room, you know, for breathing issues kind of thing. So any miscellaneous that will help you on board that can cover up to $500. So that's what the supplemental financial aid will cover. Only if you're in the business. Megan, it's not only if you're in the business psychology. We have students who participated this program last summer from all over the place. Counseling, right, Dr. Malayter? From counseling,
yeah, we had counseling, we had forensics.
Yeah, we have a clinical society, you know, students from all over the place, because most of the departments will allow you to apply at least one study program towards your degree progression. There are only one or two allow you to do. I saw several students participate two or three programs already, unless they have their own loans or stuff like that. So most departments will allow you to apply at least one course towards your degree requirement. So work with your advisor as soon as you can. I mean, your department chair as soon as you can. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Megan. Okay. All right. This might be, you think it might be too early to mention, but for the administrators on ADA, special accommodation, is never too early, especially when students are in trouble abroad programs. It takes them about 6 to 8 weeks to figure out support with the TCSPP. I mean, if you're studying in the classroom, and you can imagine it takes them much longer time to work with the government, another country, another government with different policy, different regulation, and different capacity to support special accommodation. So if you think you might need one, especially if you need a special equipment, special personnel support, please let us know when you fill out the application so we can get on that as early as possible to let you know whether we can support or not. If not, you still have enough time to consider another program. And if you just think that you're going to have a surgery, for example, on your leg, and you are pretty sure you're going to recover by the time you travel, but a hotel room on the first floor will definitely help if the hotel doesn't have an elevator, for example, or any visit. So let us know as well, and we can work with our local partner to make sure that they have a room available on the first floor for you, for example. Okay. Or if you bring a lot of prescription medication, we need to make sure we will give you the guideline, we'll give you the contact of our insurance company to figure out whether those prescriptions are legal in another country. Very simple. So we need to make sure we can find out for you. So let us know as soon as possible if you think you might need some help. The supplemental insurance again, this slide came here. The supplemental insurance again, it doesn't replace your current regular insurance, but it's a supplemental. So we know everyone is under one umbrella, and it's out of pocket kind of expenses, and you get reimbursed after you return. So keep all the documents if that happens, and make sure. And this is one of the best insurance companies we have been working with. They reimburse our students within 2 weeks of filing. Very, very nice company. And also, I know some of you might already start to plan. If you decide to go early or stay longer after the program, and you're already in that area, you want to explore, more in that country, or maybe visit some countries nearby. They also cover evasion. They call that evasion coverage they provide. Which covers extra nights that you stay there, but you will, pay by your own credit card. It's not expensive at all. It's about $12 for 7 days. So please make sure you're covered, you're protected. Just let you know, so to help you to plan. All this stuff I have talked about is on our website. Then hopefully you're very good friends with mychicagoschool.edu, and once you get on, you will see this logo right here, first one on the second row, and then once you get in, you will see the navigation on the left and click study abroad. Everything is there, and once you click study abroad, and it will bring this page up and give you study abroad program, so you can see all the brief and descriptions on each program, including Peru on summer 18, and then all the resources, including financial aid, insurance, special accommodation. It's all under handbooks and resources. These we can, send it to you later on. Study abroad syllabus. If you want to know more about Dr. Malayter's program to Peru, more than the brief on the info sheet. You can go to find the syllabus under this tab, and it's all in alphabetical order of country name. Click on the syllabus, and you will see more. And the tentative itinerary is already there. It's already included in the syllabus. Okay, that's all from me. Any questions on the chat box that I have missed? Anything? You can open up and unmute yourself. Any questions? No questions? We did a wonderful job, huh? Correct, Megan. No. Yeah, go ahead, Dr. Malayter.
I was going to say thank you so much for your interest in this program. We are happy to answer other questions, so either now or talking to us after this presentation.
Yeah, you're right. Megan, yeah, just to confirm, U.S. citizens do not need a visa to Peru if you only stay less than 90 days. So you are fine. But however, like for example, if you're going to another country after the program or before the program, you want to explore since you're in that region, check the embassy, the website of the country's embassy to United States to see if you need a visa or not, or simply just go to this is my what did I say? A little Bible about travel. So go to travel.state.gov. That's Department of State's website, and click. Come on. And click find international travel information here, and type in Peru, or type in, for example, Argentina. You want to go when you're in that area, and they will give you the information about whether it's need a visa or not, and even give you the advisory information and give you must be valid at time of entry and visa, tourist visa required, say not required for stay of 90 days or less. So they give you all the information about that country. So that's my place to go, travel.state.gov, if you find anything about that country you're going. Anything? Yeah, and yeah, your faculty lead will conduct the interview to ask you, to ask some questions. Just make sure it's nothing. They just want to make sure that you're prepared. Make sure that you understand what this program is about. And it's not about like I want to go to Peru. It's about the academic program. So I see a couple of. Rachel, do you have any questions? Anything? I think anything for Dr. Malayter and Dr. Williams?
No, I don't have anything else to add.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see any more questions in the chat, so.
Okay, so maybe let's wrap up, and then Dr. Malayter, once you upload, if you can share the link with me, that would be great, and I can share with students if they email me.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you again for attending the information session, and we'll hope you consider applying. It was really a wonderful journey last summer, and the students were very happy with what they learned and what they saw and experienced. It was a great learning experience. And since this will be a second time going through, we'll be working with people that we've worked with before, and they are really wonderful people, happy to have us visit and learn from them.
Yeah. Is that new question here? No. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Malayter. Thank you, Dr. Williams. And thanks, everyone. And hopefully, once we open up the application in February, I can see a lot of you applying. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.